Liquid Muse. Natalie Bovis is going green. Hi, Natalie.
Hello.
And you look good.
Well, you know, we talked about the St. Patrick's Day green drinks, and so I thought, well, let's do something really out of the box. Forget the green beer. Let's go dance with the green fairy.
Ah, I like that. Well, for those who don't know, Natalie is a professional mixologist. She's shaken and stirred her way around the world, and her third book, before we get to the drinks, is being released this month. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, it's called Edible Cocktails. It has a culinary approach to mixology, a lot of market fresh ingredients that can be used in food and drinks. It comes out in April, so I will be bringing it on the show at some point.
Can't wait. Well, okay, now, you know, when I say absinthe, I feel like I'm talking with a lisp. What is absinthe? What is it?
So absinthe is an herb-infused spirit.
Okay.
Some will say liqueur, but it actually is a spirit because the proof is so high. Most spirits, whiskey, tequila, vodka, most spirits that you're going to drink in a bar, for example, are going to be around 80 proof, which is 40% alcohol. This absinthe tends to be a little higher.
Really?
So it is indeed a spirit. Yeah, it's really, it is very interesting.
Okay, well, Natalie, absinthe is rumored to make you go crazy. Yeah. And people have said, you know, if I have absinthe, I think I'll hallucinate. I mean, that's just, is that a myth? Is that the truth? What's the deal?
Well, it is a myth.
Okay.
Toujone is a chemical compound found in wormwood. Wormwood is essentially a bush, a brush.
Okay.
It grows in Europe, it grows in the United States, it grows around the world. And in very high levels, Toujone can be toxic, but there are such trace amounts in absinthe that it won't make you go crazy.
Okay.
It was usually, you know, maybe some wild and crazy people were drinking absinthe, and therefore the spirit was blamed, but it wasn't actually.
But it's legal, right?
And it was illegal.
It was.
For nearly 100 years in the United States, but as of 2008, it is legal again. Okay. Specifically because of what we just talked about.
Sure.
It was absinthe hasn't changed. We've just realized it's not as toxic and scary and maddening as it was once believed.
Well, so I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like anything. You just have to drink it in moderation.
Of course.
And be responsible.
Hey, if you drink too much tequila, you could go crazy.
You can go crazy like that too.
I'm not saying that any of us have ever had that experience, but I've heard it could happen.
So now, how is it served? How's it served?
All right. So absinthe, generally, you pour about an ounce or so into a glass. Okay. This metal thing on top is called an absinthe spoon.
An absinthe spoon?
Okay. And because no sugar is added in distillation, sometimes you like to sweeten it a little bit. So adding a sugar cube and then pouring some water over the top. Now, some people get all like anal about, oh, it has to be a really slow drip. It has to be drip, drip, drip. No, it really doesn't. It's not. It's really not that complicated. It's not that big of a thing. So what's happening is I pour the water on and the sugar starts to dissolve.
Yeah.
You see it drip into the absinthe. Now, you notice also that let's give it a little stir. You notice that it also changes color.
Yeah, it looks a little more milky.
Right, and that's called louching. Louche is a French word.
Sounds like an Olympic sport.
Yeah, well, that's it. Louching. So I like a little bit extra absinthe, water in my absinthe. I don't like it too strong.
Right, okay.
But louching means to be cloudy. It's a French word.
Oh, okay.
You want to taste it? Have you tried absinthe
No, I'd love
before?
to try it. I really haven't, I don't think.
Well, the one that you're trying here, this is a Swiss absinthe. And absinthe was first...
Smells like licorice.
Exactly, anise. There's anise, fennel, and obviously wormwood.
Whoa,
it's very refreshing in the summertime. Maybe a little slice of lemon. That's how I like to have it sometimes.
I think I like that you sweetened it like this.
Yeah, the sugar helps, you know, with it helps to sort of, how do you say it, balance the high proof alcohol.
Does it remind me of Sambuca?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I like
it's very similar. So, so absinthe was first made in Switzerland in the late 1700s. Later moved on to France. Next year, you're going to try a French absinthe over here. Now, this one I'm not going to add sugar. And actually, I went to this distillery, Absinthe, when I was in France. This is in Provence. It's a beautiful boutique artisanal distillery.
So wait, what you just added? What we had?
I just added some water, and you know, again, I like to add a little bit more water, but I want you to really taste it. Adding the water also opens the bouquet.
Do I smell citrus?
You know, just like wine or tequila or anything that you drink, each absinthe has its own characteristics.
It tastes like spa water.
Actually, you know, I first tried this one at the Playboy Mansion. They were serving it at a party there.
See? And they go to lots of spas, those girls, apparently.
Oh, yes, they do. And they drink a lot of absinthe.
They're not absent of absinthe. Okay.
So now the next absinthe that we're trying is from Spain.
Okay.
It's called Absinthe. I've already put
and you lived in Spain, by the way, for those who don't know.
I did live in Spain. I did. I've lived in France, too, actually.
Yeah.
California, but I grew up in Santa Fe.
But you love your Santa Fe.
I do. It's
okay,
great
now what's
to be
this
home.
now?
So
this
here,
is from Spain.
so here I'm putting the same thing, just pouring a little bit of water.
Distilling the sugar cube.
Yep. So I was talking about absinthe going from Switzerland, then became so popular in France. You know, you think about the 1920s literary movement, the writers, the artists that were drinking absinthe, and it's thought that part of the reason why it was considered to make you go crazy was a movement by the right-wing politicians to say, look at all these crazy people, they're all drinking this absinthe. They're blaming absinthe on a lot of for a lot of social dilemmas,
mishaps and such.
Or conflicts.
Sure.
Also, it said that the absinthe was becoming so popular in France that it was becoming more popular than wine.
Really?
And so there was a big movement by the wine growers to make it illegal as well. There's a whole
they were suffering in their community with the wine. Interesting.
The history
I like this
of
one,
absinthe is really fascinating and really deep. We don't have time to really go into it. So that's the Spanish one.
This one tastes a little sweeter to me. I think I like that
one. I put sugar in there too.
And now let's move on to the next.
Now this is one that's made in Oregon.
Oh.
To be true absinthe, it doesn't have to be made in any particular place. A lot of people might have prejudices and prefer to go more traditional with European absinthe. But
I don't mind sticking with the US of A.
Yeah, you know, wherever wormwood grows, you can make locally made absinthe.
This one's stronger. This one's stronger.
Well, and I didn't put sugar in it.
Of not the light heart.
And I didn't put sugar in it. Are you dancing with the green fairy yet?
I'm dancing with that fairy already. You kind of look like a little green fairy today. And real quickly, tell me the last one real quick.
And this is St. George absinthe from San Francisco.
From San Fran. Okay, and what's in this one?
All over the world. I just added a little tiny bit of water. This is going to be strong. I've just put a tiny bit of water in there.
Oh, it's strong, but I like it. But it's good. Thanks, Natalie. I'll give that green fairy a hug on break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I needed to